Prepare to grip the edge of your seat with Netflix's top 10 horror thrillers. From relentless suspense to shocking twists, these chilling picks blur the line between fear and adrenaline. Number 10, New Life.
Jessica!
Jessica escapes from a secret containment facility, bleeding and confused, on the run toward the Canadian border with someone, or something, hunting her every step of the way. Elsa Gray, a fixer diagnosed with a degenerative disease, is hired to track Jessica, chasing rumors she carries an Ebola-like contagion while hiding her own frailty and urgency. Along her flight, she encounters strangers who offer shelter and kindness. But each stop brings more questions, more danger, and horrific transformations that hint at what Jessica really carries inside. As the pursuit becomes a race against infection and time, the walls between humanity, illness, and survival collapse. Directed by John Rosman, New Life is a haunting thriller horror mashup that revels in desperation, bodies failing, and the fragile hope of escape. Number 9, Hellhole. In 1987 Poland, Officer Marek goes undercover as a priest to investigate the mysterious disappearance of women linked to a secluded monastery run by monks claiming to perform exorcisms. What seems at first like ritual theatrics and cultish showmanship slowly unravels into something far more grotesque when Marek discovers empty graves, forced meals that hide darker truths, and a secret belief that he is the chosen one of a cursed prophecy. As he digs deeper, the monastery's clerical hierarchy, led by Prior Andrei and Brother Piotr, reveals a centuries-old ritual involving sacrifice, blood, and demonic rebirth. Hellhole is a slow-burn horror that builds dread through religious deceit, ritual horror, and the terror of what lies beneath faith. Number 8, Ad Vitam. Frank Lazareff, a former member of France's elite tactical force, the GINN, thought he had left danger behind when he settled into a quiet life with his wife Leo, who is pregnant and 8 months along. That peace shatters when masked operatives with red armbands, posing as law enforcement, invade their home, violently abduct Leo, and thrust Frank into a frantic race to save her and expose the corruption that removed him from his former unit. As secrets tied to a past mission and a mysterious badge surface, Frank must navigate betrayals, flashbacks, and ruthless enemies who want to keep him silent. Ad Vitam is a taut action thriller of kidnapping, loyalty, and vengeance set against the cityscape of Paris. Number 7, Row.
Bila pula mengambang, kau semua akan mati.
Mak, a widowed mother, lives deep in the forest with her 2 children, Along and Anga, leading a secluded life tethered to nature and folkloric warnings. Their routines fracture when they discover a small girl covered in clay wandering near the woods. They take her in as Adik, but her eerie behavior and strange declarations about death and spirits begin to haunt them. As more outsiders arrive, a foreboding hunter, a woman known as Talk, subtle rituals and omens, the forest's quiet terror intensifies. Mak fights to protect her family, but the legends she was warned about seem to be coming alive around them. Row is a slow-burn folk horror rooted in Malay mythology, atmosphere, and dread. Number 6, Berlin Syndrome.
The character is constantly moving. He feels shame about...
Claire, a young Australian photographer, is traveling in Berlin when she meets Andy, a charming local English teacher, and they share a passionate night together. The morning after, Claire wakes up and finds Andy has locked her into his apartment under the pretext that he forgot to leave a key. And soon she realizes escape isn't so simple. As she discovers that her phone is missing, the windows are reinforced, and the other apartments in the building are abandoned, her daytime hope turns into a relentless struggle for survival. Directed by Kate Shortland, Berlin Syndrome builds tension through obsession, confinement, and the horrifying intimacy of being trapped by someone you once trusted. Number 5, Creep 2.
Hello.
Ever since I turned 40, I've lost my inspiration. I have no joy.
I'm having a hard time.
Sarah, an independent video artist with a largely ignored web series called Encounters, answers an ad from someone claiming to need a videographer. That someone is Aaron, a prolific serial killer bored of his own persona, who proposes that Sarah spend 24 hours filming him for a documentary with full disclosure that he kills people. Initially playing along more out of curiosity and career concern than fear, Sarah grows increasingly uneasy as Aaron's eccentric behavior turns from awkward to menacing. The promise of control is always slipping as Sarah must navigate how much danger she's willing to ignore just to make something people will watch. Creep 2 uses found footage realism, twisted humor, and the psychology of obsession to craft its dread. Number 4, fair play.
Played very well.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
Emily Myers and Luke Edmonds are analysts at a high-stakes Manhattan hedge fund who are secretly in a relationship while also vying for promotions in a cutthroat workplace. When Emily unexpectedly gets promoted ahead of Luke, the balance in their relationship begins to crack. Resentment, ambition, and jealousy seep into every interaction. As Emily ascends, Luke becomes desperate to reclaim a sense of power, turning to self-help gurus and risky decisions in the office that strain both trust and love. Fair Play is an electric psychological thriller about career, power, gender, and how ambition can fracture even the strongest bonds. Number 3, Unlocked.
해킹당한 것 같아요.
Lee Nami works as a marketer by day and helps out in her father's cafe by night, leading a life built around phone alerts, schedules, and social media. One evening, she drops her smartphone on a bus and a man named Oh Jun-young retrieves it, but uses a fake voice app and disguised persona to coax her into picking it up at a repair shop, where he installs spyware and begins stalking her every move. As Jun-young's intrusion grows more invasive, leaks at work, identity theft, corruption of relationships, Nami's life unravels while Detective Woo Ji-man digs into a serial murder case that ties back to Jun-young. Unlocked is a modern cyber thriller exploring obsession, the fragility of privacy, and how one lost phone can unleash a nightmare. Number 2, Emily the Criminal.
My cut.
I just lost everything!
People just keep taking from you until you make the goddamn rules yourself. Wait.
Emily Bonetto is a young woman in Los Angeles crushed by student debt and shut out of most job opportunities because of a past felony conviction. Desperate, she takes a shady gig as a dummy shopper, buying expensive goods with stolen credit cards for a crime ring led by Yusef. As Emily becomes more deeply involved, she faces escalating risks, police attention, betrayal, moral compromise, and a chance at a real job that turns out to be an unpaid exploit. Directed by John Patton Ford, the film is a gritty thriller about desperation, systemic barriers, and how far someone will go when the system offers no way forward. Number 1, Blue Ruin.
I don't know how this ends.
Dwight Evans is a quiet drifter who lives out of his car in Rehoboth Beach, surviving on what he can find, carrying nothing but grief and a sense of lost purpose. His life is thrown into turmoil when news arrives that Wade Cleland Jr., the man convicted of slaughtering his parents, is about to be released from prison. With nothing to lose, Dwight returns to his hometown, armed with ill-prepared vengeance and forced into a brutal showdown with Wade's family, violence escalating, loyalties unraveling, and the cost of revenge laid bare. Directed by Jeremy Saulnier, Blue Ruin is a raw, unforgiving tale of retribution where small mistakes lead to catastrophic consequences and the return home becomes the deadliest journey of all. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Separation. After his estranged wife is killed in a tragic accident, a struggling comic book artist must care for his daughter alone. But their home soon becomes plagued by sinister entities that seem to emerge straight from his drawings. As grief deepens and paranoia grows, father and daughter are pulled into a chilling mystery where the line between imagination and possession begins to vanish. Rebecca.
Bad dream.
She was the love of his life. I wonder what she's thinking about.
A young newlywed moves into her husband's sprawling estate, only to find herself haunted by the lingering presence of his first wife, Rebecca. Every corner of the mansion holds a secret, and the housekeeper's obsession with the deceased fuels an atmosphere of constant dread. As the new bride's identity dissolves under the weight of comparison, she realizes the past may be far from dead. Ma.
जब तक तेरी माँ तेरे साथ है, तेरा कोई कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकता.
After her husband's death, a grieving mother travels with her daughter to his ancestral village, only to uncover an ancient curse stalking the women of their bloodline. As mysterious disappearances plague the community, the mother must embrace a terrifying transformation to protect her child. What unfolds is a supernatural battle rooted in folklore, vengeance, and divine wrath. The whole truth.
พาร์ทอย่าไปยุ่งกับหนูได้อีกนะ
When two siblings move in with their grandparents after a family tragedy, they discover a hole in the wall that reveals haunting visions of a past they were never told. As dark secrets unravel, they begin to question everything about their family's history. What lies beyond the hole is more than just a ghost. It's a buried truth clawing its way to the surface.